Libra, welcome to your intimate tarot reading and energy read that's good for the next several months. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Now, if you're new to the channel, you'd like to know why I read intimate tarot, specifically sexual energy, it will be outlined in the description box. Intimate tarot readings for this channel means they get rotated about every 3 months or so because it's technically a bonus video, which is to say you may not be familiar with this energy type, okay? We've had quite the growth spurt since I last did these, so again, check out the description box, but I will tell you in advance, if you are someone who is uncomfortable with the topics and or exploration of sexual identity, sexual exploration, sexual energy, this is not the reading type for you. No offense, none taken. I'll see you in a couple weeks when we resume our general readings, which will be the Celtic Cross readings, okay? I would never want anyone to watch anything that made them uncomfortable or they simply do not find value in it. It defeats the purpose of why we're here. Okay, so just to let you know in the upfront, yeah? In that sense, I do believe, however, that sexual energy does come into play as who we are as individuals. Thus, it stands to reason it could affect our relationships. Okay, that's why I look at it. Energy is fluid. It is vast. It comes in many forms. And that's just one of the reasons why I look at sexual energy, yeah? The more we know, the more we know. Yes? I know you understand. Show me. Show me what I need to see, please, for that Libra sexual energy. Show me what I need to see, please, for that Libra sexual energy. Show me what I need to see, please, for that Libra sexual energy. Show me Libra, Libra. Which reminds me, happy birthday. We just kind of snuck into your birth season. Like, it's on my radar, right? But anyway, happy birthday to you. We are officially in Libra season. Yay! So happy birthday to you if it is your birthday. Oh my goodness. I hope your energy is lively and perky and just feeling good, you know? Show me that Libra sexual energy, please. And this is, again, good for the next several months. However, it can expand the way it expands over time, okay? In the recent past, your sexual energy was suspended. The Hanged Man, it was not coming out to play. We'll see why. It could be that you were going through a celibacy phase, and it could also be simply that you were reflecting on your sexual energy in a way that was calm and quiet to you. There's a reason why there was no sexual activity. It was likely a conscious thing on your part, okay? Currently, Six of Swords, you are moving on. You're showing me that you're ready to kind of move your sexual energy forward in a particular direction. It may not know where it's going, but you're telling me, okay, I'd like to move forward now. So some of you might have exited some sort of relationship where you understood sexual energy to exist and that it was expressing itself. It got suspended and you decided to move forward from that particular direction. In other words, someone who used to be exposed to your sexual energy is no more. Perhaps how you approach your sexual energy has completely changed. I don't know. But the idea is liberation and it's time to move it forward. Okay? What's crossing? The Queen of Pentacles. So the King and Queen of Pentacles is some of the best energy you can see in sexual energy, which they're my preference. Just for reflection, say for example, I prefer to see the King and Queen of Wands actually not in sexual energy, but in career. And that's our game face energy, that's our fire, that's our ambition, that's our drive, right? The King and Queen of Pentacles, however, very sensual energy. It says, I am relaxed. I am comfortable with myself. I am comfortable with understanding my physical needs. I am very comfortable in understanding my sexual needs. I am very comfortable in nurturing myself, and I know how to provide that same sort of love, care, tenderness, and attention and affection to someone else too. So not only do I receive, I know how to give. And that's crossing you. Okay, there is something then that tells me your energy was moving forward because your sexual energy, your physical needs were not being met. And that's something that you had to learn, which would explain right away that Hanged Man energy, why there was a suspension period. It's the idea is I know my needs aren't being met, okay, in terms of expressing myself, receiving, giving. Perhaps it was very ungenerous where you were coming from, and you want the opposite of that. It did not make you feel generous, therefore you probably weren't generous with your physical energy either. So also that King and Queen of Pentacles energy, again in sexuality, suggests comfort. Perhaps you could not find simply Libra, your comfort zone with your sexual energy, with whomever it is that you are trying to transition from. Okay? You just couldn't find your comfort zone with that person. And when the King, Queen of Pentacles is an obstacle or it's on the sideways or it's in question, That means we just could not find our sexual peace, our sexual rhythm with our person. Like it just wasn't there. Perhaps it was a lack of chemistry, or simply you could not get comfortable with your person. Or they could not get comfortable with your sexual energy. I don't know. But it suggests I just couldn't, your energy's telling me, Christina, I just couldn't get there with that person. You know, so I had to move it forward, okay? Someone surrounding you, new, you're moving towards something new. It's beautiful. Ace of Cups. Straight away. You opened with some fairly consistent, easy to understand, like you'd have to be day one to the job of tarot to screw it up energy. You opened up with suspension. You understood and thus moved your energy forward from something or someone you could not get comfortable with physically, or your needs physically were not being met. I don't know. Perhaps there was a lack of chemistry. It could be that simple. And many of you are transitioning or moving towards an Ace of Cups. I don't know if they have landed in your sphere yet. It depends on how new they are. Okay. Their sexual energy towards you is communicative. Two of Wands. Communication at this time. So you might have just started talking to this person, and if you haven't yet, hopefully you will be relatively soon. It is looking like an incoming energy. Congratulations. I hope that you gravitate towards it. It's actually incredibly straightforward, but let's see what happens with you over the next several months. Their energy towards you suggests that it's open and exploratory, i.e. new. So Ace of Cups, this is a new cup, one that you're not likely familiar with, and then it's backing up that sexual energy with the Two of Wands. It's communication, looking out upon the world. You might have just met this person, possibly online, I don't know. The communication with the Two of Wands suggests connectivity that is based on words, but fast. Okay, so it could be that, again, you just started talking to this person. There's some mild interest, some mild flirtation, because the wand is still fire, but it's on a low-level way, so it's nothing too crazy. Let's take a look at your energy for the next several months. The World, the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, you're showing me more transitional. As you continue to clean out your energy towards one pathway, you're trying to open it up into another. Specifically, you're interested in being love. The Chariot is dead center reading, case in point where I read intimate tarot. It's often to prove to people that their sexual energy is often tied to their emotionality. And when I don't see that, I will tell you that too. A lot of people, and I see this all the time, you would think, I'm in love with my person, therefore I have sexual energy. Yay. That actually isn't true. I see it all the time. People who have very strong love for their person, but no sexual gratification or identification. Okay? And there's some people, the opposite. They are very strongly sexually attached to their person, but not emotionally. So we can't take these things for granted. Again, this is why I do what I do. Or I read this energy type specifically. Okay? So no, sexual energy is not 100% our relationship makeup, nor should it be. But it is a very strong component. You're telling me, dead center reading, Christina, my sexual energy is very much based upon the premise of my being in love. It is literally dead center. You might have some strong Cancer in your chart. You might be connecting to Cancer. That's not the point. And then the Wheel of Fortune, things are changing in a particular direction. This is often the case when we see a solid world. I can see compromised world energy, where somebody's contemplating cycling, or someone's contemplating making change, but it won't take. You're actually interested in making some changes that will stick. You are interested in it. You don't want to go back to a space of, I'm kind of experiencing something with you, but something's not taken. We don't physically fit together. I don't feel it. I don't have the chemistry with you. I don't have the vibe with you. I'm not emotionally attaching to you. Therefore, I'm not sexually attaching to you. You see what I'm saying? So you really want love to come first. And you do, as you continue to exit out. You see on the downline here, the Hanged Man coming out of suspension of that. As we close a cycle, we open a new one. And the Wheel of Fortune, yes, it seems to be happening. I've got someone here who's just kind of waiting to introduce themselves to you. Really. And I mean that in an almost literal sense. I don't even know if they started talking to you yet. For some of you, this is revolving around October, specifically your birthday season. Yeah. Your sexual strengths is the Moon. I see this a lot. A lot. People who kind of hide their sexual energy until they feel more comfortable. Okay, so knowing a little bit more about yourself. Perhaps you've never connected to somebody in that way that got you to open up sexually in a way that felt comfortable and safe and really allowed you to deep dive into who you are. Because our sexual expression is just but one more layer in how we express our love, or at least that's how it should be. In terms of bonding principles, you bet. So it's kind of like my sexual energy. The strengths of it, Christina, really aren't anybody's business until I know I have strong feelings for them. Okay, so I want to see what that moon means to you. Perhaps some of you are very shy with your sexual energy. That's not an accusation. That's just simply true for some of you. Yes. And that would also explain the fact that why you just can't get comfortable sexually with somebody is perhaps you don't have strong feelings, or you haven't had a history of strong feelings to whomever it is you were connecting to. You know what I mean? Not enough to keep you to stay. I don't know. I don't know your full backstory, but I kind of get that feeling from this Libra. Your sexual energy always has been rather tentative in relationships because they really couldn't bring out the best in you. In other words, your strongest heart qualities. Okay. Obstacles, Four of Pentacles, holding on, letting go, knowing when to kind of relinquish that sort of feeling of control. So some of you might be very, very, very reserved with your sexual energy. Again, it's not an accusation. Especially since your sexual strengths are under the moon, I can't say I'm terribly surprised then to see a Four of Pentacles in your obstacles. Some of you might be very reserved with your sexual energy. But again, if I'm looking at a Libra who says my heart has to come first, I can't say I'm surprised. So some of you might have very strong practices in which you reserve your sexual energy for somebody that you know you are emotionally committed to. Okay, in which case you might have some strong Scorpio in your chart. We also have Pisces here. I don't have too much on this incoming energy, but we will, of course, take a look. In your immediate future, it's looking like you are being granted your wish. Okay, this is the moving forward energy, is the Queen of Cups. So this is not conclusive. This is not what to expect indefinitely. This is what you can anticipate over the next several months as this particular energy unfolds, is that you are opening up into a heart space. Again, congratulations. Your water is very much here. I would like to see more of your sexual energy, but again, as we've discussed, that seems to be conditional upon your love energy towards any one person, which again makes sense. Okay? Again, this is why we read it. The more we know about ourselves, the more equipped we are. That's it. That's all there is to it. Yes, let's jump right into this guy. This one first. The Hanged Man. Show me the Hanged Man, please, in that recent past. For some of you, simply something ended and you had to heal. And thus your sexual energy was suspended. Right there on the split. Show me the Hanged Man, please. Show me the Hanged Man, please. Show me the Hanged Man, please. Perhaps even if you were coming in from a long distance, or I'm sorry, not long distance. Why did I say that? For some of you, that was true. The sexual activity was suspended simply because of distance. And you knew your needs weren't being met, so you moved on. For some of you, that's true. Yes. But for others of you, even if you were in a long-term, which is what I was trying to say, long-term relationship, and the sexual energy had declined to the point of no activity, there's that possibility as well. So again, take it as it resonates, yeah? For some of you, yes. It was some sort of relationship that had met its course and run its decades, as we would say in tarot. These are the decades. Okay. Show me that Hanged Man, please. Show me the Hanged Man, please. Show me that Hanged Man, please. So nice to see something. I told you. Didn't I tell you? I knew I was going to catch up to you one day, Libra. I knew I was. I knew I was. One day. Inevitably, that kind of energy where it's hard for you to move forward can only sustain so long until you realize that you well and truly do need love in the present. Hanged Man, Seven of Pentacles, languishing. It was like this for some time. Some of you went through some very strong celibacy periods. Again, I completely understand, and this is normal. In fact, I find it admirable. This is when we go through celibacy periods, honestly, we can really learn about ourselves, our energy, how we put it to use when we're otherwise not being distracted by mediocre sexual relationships. Baby, I completely understand. You know what I mean? Oh, you like that sarcasm, I hope. And so the Four of Wands. Okay, going back to that interpretation about where some of you were coming from, your sexual energy was completely suspended in what looks like some sort of relationship. It does not have to be marriage. Four of Wands. I have to, excuse me for repeating myself, but unfortunately there's a lot of misinterpretation about the Four of Wands. It is bare minimum relationship energy. It does not have to be marriage. It could be, because that is also a relationship. So Four of Wands is my energy plus your energy equals some sort of boundaries, walls, definition, exclusivity, i.e. relationship. This could have been a boyfriend-girlfriend thing. This could have been an engagement thing. This could have been a marriage thing. I don't know. But some sort of relationship here that said, Christina, that sexual energy topped out, stopped being interesting or receiving or plentiful or engaging a long time ago. I understand. That's the reality. And it's an admission too, so it didn't just stagnate, it was often went through very long periods of no activity, perhaps months at a time. Okay? There you go. I don't need to stay there too long. I don't think you do either, because you've already put time into that. Six of Swords. And it was one of those things where it's just the energy at some point went from being fertile to not fertile, and it became exhausting and not pleasurable. The Six of Swords, your current sexual energies that you would like to move forward, please. Show me that Six of Swords. Okay, so obviously we're talking, I've already established, I'm looking at a Libra, this goes well beyond sex. Your emotionality is extremely important to you, and the less you feel, the less sexually inclined you are towards your relationships as well. I've already seen that. So, there you go. You are case in point how they go together. Six of Swords, please, and that one more. Show me that Six of Swords, please, on the split. Moving on from that. The tiredness, the exhaustion. Your fire being turned into something negative and tiresome. Tiresome. Tired of the sex that you were getting, tired of the sex you weren't getting, you name it. Exhaustion. Six of Swords. Moving on. King of Wands, and as you do, your energy picks up considerably. Where it went from nothing in stagnation, you feel your energy unfolding like a beautiful flower, like a beautiful hot flower, I must say. I see things differently. So yes. Well, I know I'm looking at a Libra where your love comes first, and you want the best of your heart to be open before you put forward the best of your sex. You're also a little hot flower. Knight of Pentacles, this was a long time coming, baby. It was a long time coming. There you go. King of Wands, you have fire in you. And as you continue to exit that which no longer feeds your flame, or your heart, your love, or your sex, the more your flower begins to unfold. And it was kind of a long time coming. I don't know how long, you do. I don't want to stay in the backstory too long. I'm just happy to see your energy waking up. And it feels like many of you are out of touch with your bodies. If they have not been replenished in a long time. Your physical needs is what I'm talking about. Your emotional needs are here. I've already discussed it. They're one and the same for the Libra I'm looking at. Your physical needs have not been replenished for some time. It puts you out of touch with your body, your sense of self, and your sensation. It's almost like you've forgotten what it is that pleased you. It's not for lack of drive or fire or passion. It's almost like you forgot the sensations of warmth of touch, that kind of thing, where you felt comfortable in your body with whomever it was you were connecting to in the past. A Queen of Pentacles, please. And it's something you have to get acclimated to, but I promise you on this course, this steady course of moving your energy forward, I don't know how long it's taking you to exit this, because the Knight of Pentacles implies time. The Seven of Pentacles it implies time. The Hanged Man tells me this has been going on for some time. So I don't know how long it's taking you to exit this, but the more you move your energy forward, sexually or otherwise, you will feel like you're waking up again. I promise. No doubt you'll get reacquainted with your Queen of Pentacles energy, your sensualism, your comfort zone with your body and the person to whom you give it to. The Queen of Pentacles, please. Show me that Queen of Pentacles. Show me that Queen of Pentacles. Show me that Queen of Pentacles, please, for Libra. Oh, that's some sharp energy right there. Show me that Queen of Pentacles, please. The Chariot. Downline, consistency, Dwight. Okay. Let me make this clear to you. You don't feel good about your sexual energy unless you're in love. The reason why you could not feel sexually comfortable with your person is because you couldn't feel the love. That's the translation. So when I tell you you're waking up again, you're waking up again. Something's pulling you forward. There's something there awaiting to receive your energy. You might have some very strong Cancer in your chart. But in order for you to feel sexually satisfied and comfortable, it's like your body's not appreciated. Why do I keep getting that? Why do I keep getting that? Why do I keep getting that? Your body's not appreciated. Your physical form is not appreciated. You were not made to feel comfortable about your body. For some of you, you feel like you have a point of insecurity. And whomever you were with either made that point worse or they didn't make you feel attracted or wanted. There's something here about the physical form. Some of you might feel insecure about something to do with your body, and it's like if you really loved me, none of that would matter, something like that. What is that? You didn't make me feel good in my body. It's more than just having my needs met. It's like when you did touch me, I didn't feel the love behind it, and I needed to feel the love behind it. But also there's something there in the physical, I can't see it. Somebody thinks they're too thin? Or they're the opposite, too big? Something about somebody's physical form was not appreciated. Or it brought out their insecurities. I apologize. This is an obsidian disc. It helps me focus, but I can't dial that in. I don't know what it is. But if you resonate with it, you do. You know, the Hermit, and that's one of the things you had to heal. You had to, it's like putting together the lack of physical appreciation. It made you feel like you weren't in love, or that you weren't being loved, or that they didn't love you, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's something you had to heal from, and that's something that took you a minute to learn. That part of loving somebody unconditionally is to love their physical form too. Hence why you're moving on, and as you continue to do so, and this is not an overnight thing, you've already showed me lots of time. Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, the Hermit, these are not fast-moving elements in tarot. This will take a while, or it has taken a while. It will present itself when it's meant to. For some of you, it already has. Timeline's different for everybody. And I promise you, the more you make strides in moving your energy forward, your sense of appreciation for your own sense of passion, as well as your physical body, will increase as your confidence increases. Okay? Like I said, you've got a hot flower in you. I'm not sure what that one is. It must be lawnmowers, but it's like a symphony. So they all kind of blend into a loud hum. So you probably can't hear it, but I can. And it's got to be at least 3 mowers, honey. It has to be at least 3 mowers, 3 lawn mowers. Okay, moving on. I'm sorry. Here we are talking about very serious things, and of course, cue the lawnmowers. Okay, Ace of Cups. Show me this Ace of Cups, please. The discussions have begun. Yeah, Gemini had something very similar. They showed a double two. That was very different, but anyway, let's keep going. The Ace of Cups, please. Incoming. Fresh love energy. Show me this Ace of Cups, please. Someone who has good heart intentions towards you, or has a full heart towards you. Show me this Ace of Cups, please. Show me this Ace of Cups, please, for Libra. It's incoming, especially as you're showing me exiting energy. There is incoming energy. Yes, as you transition. The World, King of Pentacles, someone who is very much in touch. Oh my. Someone who is very much in touch with their physical form. The very thing that you feel is lacking, they actually show a great deal of. So this is someone who is exuding to me. You're cycling. Okay. You're showing me exit and entry energy pretty hard in this one. It's not devastating, and it's not... To me, it doesn't look devastating. This is more like it's very peaceful, depending on how well you move your energy forward. Okay. The King of Pentacles is here. Now, this is what we do want. This is someone who very much understands that their sexuality and their heart space are tied together, and that this person also understands, as you do, that when we are in love, we are capable of being our most comfortable sexual selves with somebody without hang-ups or issues. This is someone who likes to please as well as to be pleased. So the King and Queen of Pentacles are very nurturing. That means it's a two-way street. They understand, they know how to give because they have a physical appreciation of their own form, but also their heart space. So yeah, this is someone who is very comfortable with their senses, okay? And they're going to express them in such. The very thing that you have wanting for yourself or you found was lacking, and where you came from, and why your sexual energy for this situation or person was suspended to begin with. So someone who can better match your energy, or rather the energy you used to have but feel out of touch with. Okay? Yes, this person is very sensual. And they know it. They know it. They're also bearing an Ace of Cups. Trust me, this person will touch you the way you want, and they will appreciate your body the way it should be. And in it, their love flows. Okay? Very sensual. This person likes to eat. That's all I got. And I don't mean that in a sexual way, but it could be. Yeah. Again, King and Queen of Pentacles are all about that senses. So this person, okay, the more feeling they have, the less inhibitions they have. That's exactly what you want. Your energy feels so inhibited when that's not what it wants to be, and that's not who it's meant to be at all. I see the real you. I do. I see the real you. And while you might play hide and seek with your sexual energy, it's because I tell you right now, it's because your comfort level has not been met. That's why. How can you possibly show the best of yourself on that intimate level if someone's not showing it to you? Make sense? That's all. So yeah, where you wish to be, this person is. They can meet you where you actually are meant to be, where you are in your actual existence. Not your hidden sexual energy, not that which has been neglected. This person's very generous with their energy. They like to eat. I keep getting that. They like food. This person's a foodie. I'm telling you, this person's a foodie. I just feel it. I'm telling you, this person's a foodie. You might be a chef. This might be somebody who bakes professionally. I don't know. But this person is surrounded by food. I just see them surrounded. They're plentiful. They have a horn of plenty. So not only are they're very in touch with their senses, and part of their senses and how they express their senses is through the pleasure of food. the touch, the taste, the smell, and it's like they cook for other people, or they bake. It's either their profession or their hobby. Maybe they're a food blogger. I don't know. I don't know. But it has something to do with, you might meet them at a restaurant. I don't know. I don't know. But food is a big component to their sensual side. They see it very, and I actually agree. I completely understand that. Food is highly sensual. Oh, I know this. Food is highly, highly sensual. It's one of the reasons I gravitate towards it, because it's so satisfying, right? The smell, the taste, the touch of it. It's, oh man, let me tell you, food is, you can equate food to sexuality. Oh, yes, you can. And this person knows that. It's coming across heavily. This is the kind of person that's going to feed you grapes in bed, honey. Like, that's the kind of person who's going to do that. All right. Their sexual energy towards you specifically is the Two of Wands, so it's looking like it's resting on communication at this time. In other words, it's still entry level, or it's being introduced, something like that. I don't know. Show me that Two of Wands, please. This might be somebody whom you are generally acquainted with, all right? And you're just cycling into their energy intimately in the way for the first time. I can't dismiss that as a possibility. They have very strong sexual energy. Five of Cups, sadness, why? Seven of Swords, oh. They know you, I know that. They know you. Huh. Their sexual energy toward you is literally strength. It's warm, it's soft, it's nurturing, it's loving. They have a shadow of pain behind their heart. So they either know you in that respect, that they've thought you might have been a lost opportunity, one they could never access but secretly hoped for. Five of Cups, Seven of Swords. Or if they don't know you, if it is a brand new energy, then they have a shadow of pain around their heart because they have never met someone like them. They also have sadness surrounding them, wondering if they could ever experience something similar, kind of like the way that you did. I don't quite know. It depends if this person's new. The collective being what it is, they are either new and they meet those conditions, or they're someone you know who meets that conditions. They might have always thought you were a lost opportunity in love and sex. Both. And they had secretly hoped for otherwise. I'm going to make this clear to you. You have not tasted this person's cup. So that means they still qualify as new if you have never engaged with this person in that way. So it stands to reason. They are either brand new or you know them, just not in that way. I don't know. Some of you have a clue right there about this person's sensual side. Very strong. Comfort with their body. They actually might have a very strong physical form. They might be very tall. Athletic. And then also, like I said, the food was a big thing. This person's kind of surrounded by that. There's the smell. I keep getting the smell. But yeah, so you have your clue about who this person is or who they might be upon meeting them. Okay? There you go. But I see them talking to you. Of course, we'll do a time check now. Let's see what you do over the course of the next several months or so. The World. As we continue to exit, we enter. This is how it happens. When one door closes, another opens. This is not an overnight thing. I really need people to break out of that box. Well, if I walk out of something, I'm going to immediately walk into something. No, this could take months. This could take a year. When we say exit an energy, that doesn't happen overnight. Look how long you've been doing it. Look how long you've been doing it just for this energy alone. It took you years to do this before you understood these things. So therefore, it could take just as long to meet this person or engage with them in that way. So I just want to emphasize that because I'm seeing multiple markers of time. Okay, so let's show that World. The World, which one? We are keeping on with this one. Okay, at some point we're going to get up. I keep looking at it like, is it time yet? Is it time yet? So it's like, not yet. Show me the World, please. Show me the World, please. Show me the World, please. For some of you, yes, you had a break with Gemini. Or if you have very strong Gemini in your chart, that's where you're transitioning from. Is that critical point within your energy that spoke from the Lovers. Show me the world, please. Show me the world, please. The Magician. And so you want it, and so shall it be. You're working towards it, literally. This new transformative cycle, you want it, and you're actively working on it. Good job. Good job. You want it, prove it. And so Libra is. That's you. You're literally working through your manifestation. I was telling this, I don't remember who, possibly Aries. Wanting is easy. Want, want, want. Everybody wants. Everybody wants all day long. But do they put the work in? Wanting is nothing. Wanting gets you nothing because it's the same as wishing. Wishing is powerful, but it will forever remain an echo of a desire unless we put real work into it. You're putting real work into your manifestation. You want to officially close out this cycle and strongly enter a new one. It doesn't have to necessarily be with this person. I just know you want it. You want your sexual energy back and to claim it in a way that is productive. It makes you happy and healthy and gives you something larger to work towards. You might have some very strong earth in your chart. And I say that because earth energy tends to, as they build something, it's because they understand they can put the best of themselves in it. And that's why I say they put a lot into the pentacle, because it's true. The more they can build it, the more they can feel it in reality. So you might have some very strong earth inclination in your chart. So yeah, as you continue to build into your, very good. Very good. You're pulling it in, honey. You're pulling it in. You are strongly exiting out a cycle. You are entering a new one. They have been marked by the same cycle as you are already exiting this one. It's consistent. Congratulations. Chariot, which one, please? Dead center reading. Show me the chariot you wish to be in love. Again, moving forward from that which you were not. Show me the chariot, please. Show me the chariot. Show me the chariot. There is a reminiscence around this person's energy. I don't deny it. Perhaps they thought that you were a missed opportunity and that they had always secretly desired you. That's true. The Ace of Cups would still stand up in that condition. Or they themselves have been equally disappointed in finding their mate, their equal. Show me the chariot, please. Dead center reading for Libra. Show me the chariot, please. Show me the chariot, please. Show me the chariot. I told you I would catch up with you. When you put your guard down, honey, when you stop overthinking things, when you stop trying to weigh your scales so much and just allow yourself to experience things in the up and down and the up and down the way they're supposed to, that's your catch-22, you know. All signs have pros and cons, no exception. Because you were so good at this, you constantly feel the pressure to balance things when sometimes you just need to let it ride. Let things fluctuate. You feel a little bit of this, you feel a little bit of that, you feel a little bit of this, you feel a little bit of that, and then eventually you will find your balance. Okay? A more developed Libra understands this process of up and down is necessary. Someone who is not as developed is going to feel the pressure of doing this even when it doesn't feel right. Okay? You had to experience the down before you could experience the up, and then thus find your new state of balance. Because now you're pulling in and you're telling me I know what to do, and I believe you. And I believe you. Will I see hang-ups? Mm-hmm. Some sort of stuff. There's no such thing as a 100% fluid reading. I've seen it maybe once. And even then I couldn't believe it. See, there's the confusion, the Two of Swords. About being in love, you still feel a certain level of frustration. Okay, but the Queen of Pentacles, that's where it's coming from. Right here on your downline. Right here on your downline. Allow yourself to relax. You're working very diligently to bring these important concepts together. I want you to roll with this energy. It's taken you a minute to find a balance. Okay? Some of you are coming into conflict that as your energy relaxes and comes back more fully into its own, and you appreciate your Queen of Pentacles energy more and more about you feeling good and luxurious in your body, there is some temptation in you for the old flare-up to be guarded. Okay, I understand. It's scary to be in the Chariot. You're going to feel some resistance, especially where you were coming from. It's going to bring up old battles in you, old wounds in you. This is normal. You know, I see people kind of freak out with their energy all the time when they find themselves in the grip of something so strong and fresh. It's kind of like pump the brakes, pump the brakes. And it brings up old conflicts and questions and confusion. I understand. The bigger part of you knows what it's working towards. So even if your energy gets a little skittish, well, essentially falling in love, because it's there. Just please know the bigger part of you is coming out. It's trying to find its surface level structure of balance, comfort. You're having to do some readjustments. You're cycling more than one thing, so try not to be so hard on yourself. You're not going to find your balance right away. Okay? But I promise you, you're going through a period of pulling your Queen of Pentacles out because you very much want to be in love. It's here consistently. Queen of Pentacles for Queen of Pentacles. Chariot the Chariot. Okay? You do experience some sexual frustration, and I think it's because you are trying to still withhold parts of yourself, because I think you developed that out of habit, to be honest. It's hard for you, the Libra I'm looking at. It's like your energy's been so disconnected from satisfaction at the physical level and at the emotional level. You got used to hiding yourself. You got used to hiding your sexuality. You got used to not thinking about it. You got used to sweeping it under the rug. And I do feel like some of you were either made to feel insecure about your physical bodies, or that your physical body wasn't good enough. Neglected, bare minimum. And when you feel sexually neglected, you're going to think or feel like your partner's rejecting you, thus rejecting your love. So yeah, when I tell you it's kicking up some frustrations in you about the old feelings versus what it is you're currently feeling, the old insecurities are trying to come back up and flare on you. Should you be reserved, you don't know if you can dive in this fast, you're going to experience the conflict, but the bigger part of you is winning. I promise. Okay? It is. Like I said, you are waking up. The Wheel of Fortune. And trust that ebb and flow, honey. It's there for a reason. The Wheel of Fortune, please. Show me that Wheel of Fortune. Show me that Wheel of Fortune. Oh. Four of Swords. Some of you will be entering in a phase of quiet soon. For others of you, you feel like your biggest sense of physical relief is masturbation. Four of Swords in this deck is masturbation. Some of you pleasure yourself to the idea of love more than anything else. King of Cups energy could literally be water sign, does not have to be. But some of you pleasure yourself more to the idea of love than you do romantic love, full heart love. That's where your actual source of pleasure comes from, as opposed to, say, porn. Not that there's anything wrong with porn. I'm just saying your physical reaction isn't necessarily based on the physicality. It's more like you have a very strong sexual reaction privately to your innermost feelings. So for some reason, when your physical body isn't satisfied, you tie it back to that person not being in love with you, so hence why you fantasize the most about someone loving you. Because that's where the majority of your sexual strength comes from. No, FYI. I do tend to, and that's Spirit's way of getting my attention. King of Pentacles energy is underlying. That's really the true seat of your sexual power. What you desire the most in your private time is very telling of what you want in reality. I hear you. I see you. I see you, Libra. It's not that these things are hard for you to understand. I know you know them to some extent. But again, when you get used to kind of living without, it changes your output, it changes your desire, it changes your interest level, or what you think is supposed to be your interest level. It's not actually who you are, it's just what you got used to, or rather what you got used to not having. And it goes into your sexual energy goes into a secret place, a very private place, and it stands to reason, honey. It stands to reason. It's kind of like, if you don't love me physically in my body, you can't really understand my emotions either. I understand. Some of you don't know how to say that. It's always eluded you, but you could feel it. Yes. Wheel of Fortune, please. Show me that Wheel of Fortune, please. Show me that Wheel of Fortune, please. What am I saying? Why do I keep seeing feet? Somebody self-conscious about their feet? Some of you have a mole on your toe? So possibly some sort of birthmark around your foot or your toe. I'm sorry, I can't fully see. You're flexing your toes right now. Self-conscious about your toes or self-conscious about your feet. Why do your feet hurt? Or are you just very self-conscious of your feet? I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know why. For some of you, your feet are a source of aches and pains. I don't know why. I don't know where that's coming from. It's either physical aches and pains or a source of insecurity for you. Now, for some of you, yes, being sexual terror, what it is, some of you might have a foot fetish, and that's like something that you keep super secret, super private. Hey, everybody's got a thing. Everybody's got a thing. And for everyone who says they don't have a thing, they're lying. They're very out of touch with themselves. Everybody's got a thing, okay? And I know some of you are laughing with me right now because you know what I'm saying and it makes perfect sense to you. You're like, yeah, that's true. I just don't tell anybody. I know. Everybody's got a thing, honey. You trust me. You're safe with me. Trust me. I wouldn't do this if I didn't want you to feel safe, okay? Your stuff is safe with me, I promise. I understand this stuff. I do. That's why I do it. I want people to know people are more normal and a lot more like than they think they are. Okay? And I just wish we could normalize sexual topics more, you know? That way people wouldn't feel so, I'm probably weird. You're human. Show me the Wheel of Fortune, please. Show me the Wheel of Fortune, please. It takes a lot to surprise me, honey. I've been doing this a while. And then also, you know, from that point of view, I understand and incorporate that King, Queen of Pentacles. It's like, again, if you can't be comfortable with your body, no one else is gonna. And if your person's not comfortable with your body or they don't make you feel nurtured and loved in your body, you're not gonna feel it towards yourself either. You know? So yeah, I don't know these things, honey. You want to connect to somebody who can feed you the right way, nurture your body the right way, not the wrong way, yes? And in this respect, I completely understand and know that energy, you know? I'm not going to expect anyone to know how to please me if I don't know how to please myself, you get it? Okay, show me that Wheel of Fortune, please. That foot thing was pretty funny. It's because I keep seeing somebody flex their toes. I don't know why. Okay, excuse me. So, your intuition is telling you to continue to move forward, that the balance is feeling pretty good to you, okay? Sorry that I just got a distraction. I was like, don't show me that. Don't show me that. Oh, I'm not trying to see that right now. Go away. Notification. Yeah, I just got a notification like, not right now. All right, so that Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, the Six of Pentacles, the energy is feeling pretty good as you continue to move forward in this way, as you continue to manifest the energy and you build into your life that which you want to see and experience that feels constructive to you. You will continue to do so. You're following your intuition. You understand that change is good for you and literally speaks to the principles of what I was addressing earlier in your mid-central reading. The more you continue on in this and you allow the energy to ebb and flow and you get reacquainted with your Queen of Pentacles or King of Pentacles energy, the more you find your balance. You are reacting strongly to someone. It doesn't necessarily have to be this person. I do know that they're surrounding and they're kind of waiting in the wings. You two might already be talking, as we've discussed. I just know that as you can, it's very constructive. Whatever this is constructive. So keep doing it, especially if you have a great deal of value for the Pentacle world, the Earth energy, as we were discussing. I just know that I'm seeing those positive aspects. So continue. Okay. Now, which one, please, for the Moon? The Moon for Libra. Your sexual strengths are under the Moon, something that tells me that you've gotten out of touch with your sexual energy, and what you do experience tends to be very internalized. In other words, you take it to a private place because you cannot rely on the previous partner to kind of satisfy that energy. So you take it to a very private place. And the Libra I'm looking at, if we're getting into specifics, yes, your strongest fantasies and forms of self-pleasure, masturbation specifically, revolve around what touches you in the heart. The romantic, the emotionality, it's to be so loved emotionally as well as physically. The Moon, please. Show me the Moon, please. Let's see if we can get your sexual energies out of there. Show me the Moon, please. Show me the Moon, please. You might have some Pisces in your chart. It's not really the point. Come on now. Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. You're going for the aces. Now I see it tie back. So now I see who you're opening yourself up to. It's consistent. Good. Your sexual energy that you kept under the Moon, hidden and kind of had to please yourself. With fantasies of a much larger heart space is coming into reality. And you know it. Your master symbols here, as well as the Ace of Pentacles. Again, I strongly suspect you are either have very strong Earth in your chart, or you're connecting to someone who does, or someone who really exemplifies the sensuality, even if they're not an Earth sign. Again, that deep appreciation for knowing the body is to know thyself. Okay? Yes, you're coming out of the shadows. That stuff that you kept to yourself, you don't have to keep it to yourself. You can share it with this person, okay? You are opening up towards it as you begin to explore old truths as well as new truths. So, in this respect, Libra, your sexual energy is kind of like a dog that's learning new tricks. Old dogs can learn new tricks too. I'm not saying you're a dog. It's just the old saying. You're telling me not only are you getting reacquainted with what you knew to be true in terms of your sexual energy, that's coming out to play, you're also learning new things. And you like what you're learning. You do. You like what you're learning. You like what you're learning from this person. Specifically, it's almost like mind-blowing knowledge to you. The connectivity. How smooth, how easy it is. That you two energetically seem to be on the same page and you don't have to keep your innermost stuff so secret. You can tell this person the things that you want to say, how you want to experience them, how you want to feel them, and they're more than happy to do it. You're also learning things from them too. The exchange of knowledge and experience is real. So what you were keeping hidden under the moon energy, this person didn't know how to reciprocate or understand, or they failed to appreciate over time. Okay, like the sexual energy lost its value over time. Depreciated. It's picking back up in earnest. So the best of you that you kept hidden, because again, they didn't understand it, they couldn't appreciate it, or they let the sexual knowledge they had with you languish and left unfulfilled for a long time, comes out in a very resplendent way. Plus new stuff. I feel a little nosy. I kind of want to know what you're learning. Somebody's teaching you new tricks. And you're responding to it quite well. You're like, this is what I'm talking about. That's what it is. That's what I've been trying to say. That's what I'm talking about. Libra's like, that's what I'm talking about. That energy, yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about. I like that. I do. You're like, I like what I'm learning. Libra says, I like what I'm learning. I do. I like what I'm learning. I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that. Thank you for showing me that. But you're also showing them things too. It's both. You're showing them a lot too. Strong connection. There it is. Some of you are exiting energy as Gemini, Capricorn. You're entering energy for some of you. So this is not all of you. Is a fellow Libra, Scorpio, heavy water energy. Okay. The obstacles is Four of Pentacles, holding back, holding on. I don't know. I did see a lot of time back here. So we'll see. You holding on, the more you hold on to that which you've outgrown, is not shared, fair, or reciprocated, the longer this process will take. I've already warned you of that. I've seen the time already. The Four of Pentacles, please. Show me that Four of Pentacles, please. Show me the obstacles, please. Two of Wands, lack of communicating. It was in reverse. The lack of communication. For some of you, it's holding things back. I don't know what that means. Lack of communication is holding things up. Lack of communication is holding things up. For some of you, yes. Lack of communication is holding things up. The Hanged Man. You hold on too long. It's, honey, to quote Meatloaf, okay, the singer. If you're only killing time, it'll kill you right back. The more you hold on to that which no longer serves you, the more time delay there is. It's actually quite simple. It's probably one of the simplest obstacles I've seen. The more you hold on. There it is again. Hierophant. The more you hold on to the nothing, the more nothing you get. That's it. It's a very simple translation. It stands to reason. It's simple logic. The more you hold on to nothing, the more nothing you have. That's it. It's not complicated at all. That's why I saw such a strong emphasis on time on your opening. I told you the exit process is slow. How fast it is entirely depends on you. For some of you, it's been done, and you're going to enter a new phase. For others of you, you haven't really begun the exit process yet. The world here is multiple times. March in positivity. That means entering energy. I'm also saying exit energy. This person is attached to a new cycle, which you want. The Magician with the Eight of Pentacles. But there you go. It's not an absolute. It's an FYI. It's a warning. The more you hold on to nothing, you get nothing. In other words, how fast or slow this process is comes down to you. Okay, that's it. Didn't take a genius to figure that out. And one of the things that's not helping is the lack of communication. So, the Two of Wands in reverse in this respect. You keep this to yourself, that's proof of nothing. It is the opposite of manifestation. I told you wanting is easy. You got to put the work into it to generate this new cycle, which would be beneficial to you. Okay. I see that you are falling in love, and that your energy is becoming much more resplendent, beautiful. The frustration comes with you finding the balance as you make adjustments. But one of the things that will absolutely slow it down is lack of communication and action. So this is in opposition to manifestation energy that shuts the whole thing down. When we don't talk about our goals, when we don't talk about our intentions, when we don't know what our intentions are, we don't act on them. So again, if you want to know about win-win-win, it comes down to you. Queen of Cups. Moving forward in love, which I've seen. And for some of you, your entry person is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. There it is. Some of this Queen of Cups. Page of Pentacles. I don't know when that guy flew out, but the more we invest in outward manifestation, the more this thing will progress. Okay? If you have Gemini on your chart, again, check it out, because I definitely got a strong impression of 4, as in 4 years. Yeah, absolutely. But you're going to move at the pace you're going to move. No one can really dictate the action but you. Point is that I know that there is something more for you, something more here for you than not. This Queen of Cups, please. Queen of Wands. Well, aren't they just lovely? Your incoming person might be a water-fire combo, but I see this actually as 2 heads of state. I don't see it as one personality. I see it as 2 heads of state, yours and theirs. I don't care if you're male or female. It doesn't matter. It's about the energy. I have 2 heads of state who are showing me an equal amount of tension, and that their fire is coming from love. What you wanted. 8 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Others of you are leaving behind something, someone else, as we've discussed. Now I have 3 heads of state. I told you, as one door closes, another opens. Some of you might be exiting an earth energy. Doesn't have to be that literal. But someone whom we no longer, I'm sure that not so comfortable energy with. In other words, I know you got used to it, but it wasn't exactly what it could have been or should have been. A new love union. It's alright. And then also, you detaching from, and this is one of the points of frustration I saw dead center reading, what you understood your physical interpretation of energy to be, or how it ended up, walking away from that old concept into one that better fits you. Okay? It's a process. I cannot emphasize this enough, Libra. I have a lot of time aspects built into this, but I need you to trust the process. You are working diligently on bringing your emotional world and your sex life back into one cohesive element. This is going to take you a minute. You have the Chariot here multiple times, so I know you need the love in order to be in physical contact with somebody. You got used to hiding those parts of yourself, thus you've gotten used to hiding your love too. There is someone here who comes bearing in the promise of a new cycle. They have represented aces. They have a very strong sense of self, their body, their sensuality, their physical form. They communicate with you. Let's do a time check on them. They have very strong sexual energy towards you. Literally, it's strength. Their particular backstory is theirs. Or you were an option that they never thought they could have, but secretly desired. It could be both. They have their own particular backstory, not meeting someone like them and someone who can meet their needs, emotionally and physically. And have kind of always had a long-standing thing for you. I don't know. Could be a combo. I'm very proud. Many of the collectives, I've been getting 2 reading types lately. People who are unhappy and remain that way, knowing they could do something different but choose not to. And those who are doing something about it, even if it takes time. Time is a precious thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. That is Lincoln Park, I believe. Numb? Is that Numb by Lincoln Park? If you haven't heard that, check it out. For some of you, that might describe the situation. Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then, but it all comes back to me in the end. Yes. It's like your person forgot who you were, or they never knew who you were to begin with. Your opening was very strong, but peaceful. Beautiful, and trust the process. I think that is Numb by Lincoln Park. Good song. Good song. Very honest. Because the expanse of time is here, I have no delusion of that. Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and a long-standing suspension. And the simple translation under obstacles was the longer that you held on to this, the longer it will take. That's it. The longer you hold on, the longer it's going to take. And again, it's also interesting that you have that reference possibly to 4 years. Again, so if you have strong Gemini in your chart, even if it's in your North Node or your South Node, some of you it is on that cross. So it's the north or the south for some of you. Check it out, please. Check it out. It was very specific to January 2026. 4 years to Aquarius season. Oh my, my, my. But anyway, back to my point. This is the solid point of reference right here, is the Six of Swords. Show me this, please. When? Show me that Six of Swords, please. When? Seven months for some of you. Seven of Cups. The 7th might be important. July might be important. 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months. I don't know. But that would actually, for some of you, it started last July. Seven months from now. I don't know what that was. Some of you, that Ace of Pentacles will be the beginning of a strong foundation. You may not know it yet. Full integration. This is, of course, the kissing card in this deck. 7 of Cups. It is the Intimate Tarot Mini. It's the mini version of this one. And so 7 of Cups in this deck is deep kissing. Deep kissing. Deep. It's extremely intimate kissing. And I don't mean casual kissing. I mean it's intimate. And memories are tied to it. It's not just any kiss. It's so intimate. It's like you don't discuss it. It's that level of for some of you, this Ace of Pentacles, the one that has the promise to lead into a foundation, you have a distinct memory of kissing them, and that's it. That was it. That might be why they're marked with an opportunity that was missed, or at least in their estimation it was an opportunity that was missed, and they've always held a sense of strength when it comes to you. And hope, but it was like a secret. 7 of Swords, they kept it to themselves. I told you they can still be new, because they're still new in that way. You understand? A potential cycle that was missed, but has the opportunity to come around to realize its promise. That means they're not really an ex. It's a connection that never went all the way. Not like that. You might have kissed them once, and it's a very strong, outstanding memory to either you, them, or the both of you. It has that opportunity to expand. Why are we focusing? I asked about this. Why are we focusing on that? Why? What does it have to do with this? What does that have to do with... It's confirmation. That's all I'm being told is confirmation. Okay. It's like, it's confirmation, stupid. Why are you asking? They're so used to working with me. It's like, don't question it. It's confirmation. It wasn't about a time check. Okay. For some of you, there was some critical energy with that person. September, possibly a week prior to this message or a week from this message. Okay. But that's not... I was trying to focus on this transition outward, Spirit. Can I see more of this? I understand that it's an extended period of time. The Emperor, the Empress. They keep pointing me back to that person. It is a divine sweet mate. The equals, as we've been discussing. They had a kind of disillusion around their energy too. It's like, how come I've never met anyone like me? Or they saw that they were a potential match for you. And that's again a source of regret that it didn't happen like that. The Emperor, the Empress. For some of you, yes, that's some very strong energy that is revolving around primarily Aries, Taurus, and then also Libra, your season. But I would generally refer to it as March, April. I'm sorry, that does mean next year. We did say about 7 months from now, didn't we? So, yeah, call it March, April, something like that. Critical energy with this person. I'm trying to see the exit and they keep telling me to move forward. Move forward, that's the concentration, that's the concentration. They said that's the concentration. If that's what you're working towards, that's your manifestation goal. They keep pointing me to that person, and I agree. I appreciate that. I do. Okay. Some of you, a person is Aquarius. It does not have to be. They're exiting. They're telling me it's done. It's just for some of you it hasn't. You don't know it yet. And that has been headed in that direction for a long time, so that's why they want me to move it forward, because they keep showing your energy moving forward to this. And I have to agree. I already saw you doing that. I don't see it being more finalized until later. But it was moving in this direction, and it has been. For some of you, the process started about 10 weeks ago. There might have been an incident. There might have been proof. I don't know. Speaking of moving it forward, I need to as well. Some of you, January. Anything else, please? Strength. What about it? Yes. The person who is marked with strength and their sexual energy towards you, it is strong. It always has been. It always will be. They don't know how to present it to you. They don't know how to present it to you. It's like they have confidence, they have fire, they have strength of will and conviction. But they don't know how to express it to you. Always. Their romantic side. Like the fire's there. Sometimes they have a hard time softening their energy. Okay. So this person might be fire forward in terms of their energy is very apparent in terms of their passion, but it's harder for them to be more vulnerably expressive. They're still just as sincere. It's just they have a certain intensity that says, I would rather do or show you than say, that kind of thing. So sometimes it's hard for their energy to soften. So you might have that impression of them that sometimes they're very hot-headed. They don't mean to be. The 27th might be important to some of you. 2 days and or 2 weeks to this message. The same for the 7, and then also the 27th might be important. No. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I know. I know. Letting go. Karmic. It's a karmic relationship. Okay? Karmic. I don't know when this started. I know that we tend to do this, at least in the US, in America. We, for some reason, take one word and equate it to mean one thing, and that's just not how language works. It depends on context. And for some reason, in this country, we have taken the word karmic to equal bad, or karmic equals pay, or karmic equals due. Karmic really means lesson. And that lesson, like the tower, is either good or bad. And if it was a bad lesson, it's still good because you're still meant to learn something from it. And for others of us, it's a good lesson. We just had to learn shit the hard way, but we're more valuable as human beings because we learned something the hard way. They had to learn something the hard way. Possibly when it comes to you, possibly to other relationships. So did you. And in that respect, you both paid karmic debts. In that respect of lessons had to be learned. Okay? We're meant to learn. They're not all soul bonds. Okay? They're not all lovers. Sometimes they're the things we contract ourselves to because they made sense at the time, and that is what one of our lessons was. Do we outgrow it? And if we do we have the power and strength to recognize the fact that we outgrew it And if so, what did we learn along the way? So again, karmic relationship isn't that you did something wrong so you were stuck with somebody for 10 years. That's not what it means. It means in that 10 years, what did you learn about yourself? Where you were then versus where you are now, and does the same rule still apply? Right? Take away from it what you need to. If it's still meant for you, you keep it. You don't walk away from it. And if it's not meant for you, you either move forward or you stay stuck in it. And in which case, the only debt you're going to owe is to yourself. Because again, if you're only killing time, it'll kill you right back. The ultimate karmic debt we could ever owe is to ourselves. Is when we fail to recognize how we've grown. And if we haven't grown, why? Are we happy where we are? If not, what's up with that? Can we fix it? Do we want to? Talking, the chaser. Chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of an abandonment issue. That either applies to you in this karmic situation or the person whom you're attached to. Talking. Yes, I see that. It's over here. And that's all it is talking. I have to insist, for some of you have a very distinct memory once upon a time. Not all of you. For some of you haven't met this person yet. And for those of you who know who this is, you have one distinct memory of any sort of sexual interaction with him. And from what I saw, that was a kiss. But it's kind of long ago and far away. It's a little fuzzy. I can't quite see it. But I do know you talk to them. And in the interim, we're in a chasing relationship. In terms of, I want the sexual energy, I don't get it, I feel bad about my body, they make me feel bad about my body is undervalued or underappreciated, I put all this work into it, or I have physical flaws, everybody does, and I feel like, you know, they should love me in spite of that, not hold it against me. Yes, all that in a big pot. Yes. One of the lessons. And you shouldn't ever feel, Libra, like you're in a situation of having to chase. Ever. If they're in it with you, you shouldn't have to chase anything. Sex or otherwise. Should be given willingly. End of love. As we know. I saw it for you. I saw it for you, honey. I saw your private thoughts. Your most intimate sexual private thoughts when you're by yourself. When you're pleasing yourself. It goes straight to love. Not sex as a blunt visual, but what you feel, how someone makes you feel. Who was it, Maya Angelou, who said, I apologize, I'm paraphrasing, but said something to the extent of, you may not remember what someone said, but you will always remember how someone made you feel. How does this person make you feel? How does that person make you feel? Because that's what stays with you in your private moments. Or is absent in your private moments. That's enough. Libra, put in the comments as you see fit. The next round of Intimate Tarot will be in 3 months. Right around that Aquarian energy or Capricorn energy. Somewhere around there. It's all mixed up sometimes. But yeah, and then, like I said, the general readings will go back in every 2 weeks like normal. So the next round will be Celtic Cross for you. I don't know if I'll see a continuation, but I'd like to. It's quite beautiful. So again, I just want you to remember what it is you could be entering. Because you're already showing me exit energy, even if it's slow. It's not painful, it's more resigned. The Six of Swords says I gotta move on. I don't need to fight about it. I'm not trying to be angry about it. I gotta do what I need to do. This person's energy looks pretty solid. And you're reacting to it in a way that's positive. And healthy. I got 2 people swapping some really good information. We get to show off our skills and we get to learn some new ones too. Yeah, you got skills. You got skills. I can see why you hid them too. That's enough. Libra. Take care. Told you to catch ya. I told you to catch ya. Take care. Be well, honey.